In a Mile High Minute, you already know who came through the blessed scenes. I had a great time with my brother. Shout outs to my new brothers over at Mile High. I'll be back.
Much
You
love.
heard? Love.
Appreciate it. Mile High Minute, #1 blog in the universe, man. Today, we got a very special guest. I got the opportunity to sit down with a New York legend, man. The lead singer, or one of the lead singers from Jase4Real, the very popular platinum R&B group, Jase4Real, from the 90s, man. Jase4Real, how's it going?
What's going on? Nice intro. Thanks.
No problem, no problem. Just
How you
working,
doing,
man.
sir?
Working, man. We in Colorado. It's a beautiful day. You got a busy schedule.
Definitely a beautiful day.
Yep.
Where the cookies at? Where the cookies?
Yeah. Shout out cookies, man.
Let's go to Colorado.
Yeah. Y'all got cookies in New York, do you? Or now you probably do, huh?
I don't think so.
No?
Wait,
I know
New
they're
York,
like a West Coast brand.
He does that.
in
Yeah,
New
They
York,
do?
yeah, I think they got
Burn all
cookies,
over
but
the spot.
I don't
Okay.
Place, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
in Atlanta, I don't think.
Oh yeah, you down in Atlanta now, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's one in Atlanta. But yeah, I'm here, man.
All right. Well, what brings you out to Denver?
We got a couple of things, a couple of shows. The Moxie. Help me out. What's the other one?
Colorado Springs, Club 2.
Say what?
Club 2, Colorado Springs.
It's 3 spots, right?
In the one in
3
Denver?
spots, yeah. Then Denver's going to be the Renaud Lounge at the Thompson Hotel.
Okay.
That's on Saturday. Halloween Bash with DJ Charles
Okay.
and DJ Styles.
Hell yeah.
Stopping through.
So you definitely got a busy schedule.
Sliding through, making a slide through, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're originally from New York, though. Excuse me if I pronounce it wrong. Wyandotte?
Wyandanch.
Wyandanch.
Wyandanch, Wheatley Heights. Mm-hmm. Stand up.
Talk to him. What's it like growing up there?
Oh, man. To the city life, it would be suburbs, kind of suburb type thing, but like we kind of the hood is like right there. It's like you bust a corner and the hood is right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it's. Wyandanch, Wheatley Heights. So yeah,
It's from my research, I think it's right outside Long Island. If I'm not
no,
right.
it's in Long Island.
It is in Long Island.
Yeah, actually,
so it's in a borough.
Actually, just to give you a perspective of that region.
Yeah.
A lot like Queens is in Long Island. You know what I'm saying? There's parts of Brooklyn is in Long Island. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So originally from New York, you say it's like technically a suburb, but it is somewhat of a hood.
Mm-hmm.
What was like your everyday life like out there? Would you say it was comparable at all to
Well, my life was kind of different because I'm the last of 8 and I grew up with a big family. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I didn't have no. But my parents were strict, very strict too. So I didn't have no room to do certain things. So it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was pretty protected. But to give you a picture, if you know West Indians, a West Indian household.
Yeah.
You know.
What's that culture like for the people who don't know?
How do I explain this? Pretty straightforward people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We funny as hell. You know what I mean? I don't know. The best way to describe us is vibrant people. You know what I'm saying?
Was the city a lot different than the boroughs? I guess the stereotype of the boroughs and stuff.
Was the city
like
different than where I grew up at?
Like was Wyandotte like very different from like the other boroughs?
Hell yeah, yeah, for sure, because it's a lot more concrete.
Mm-hmm.
I think you grow up faster in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have a little more time to be a kid out there in Long Island and shit. But
Did you spend a lot of time in For some reason, I was confusing Staten Island with Long Island.
They always do. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? They always do.
So, but did you spend a lot of time in like the downtown New York, Manhattan? You know.
I know Brooklyn, so
Yeah.
I know Queens.
Yeah.
You know, for family, of course, church. You know, just being a New Yorker. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
You know, grew up to know Harlem. You know, a little bit.
Okay. So how did you end up getting into music? Or I guess before the music, like, was there anything else you were into before you got into becoming an R&B singer or artist?
No, I was just a kid.
You're young.
I was just a kid. I was just being a kid then.
Yeah.
Just school was my shit.
Right.
This shit got me up out of there, though.
So how did you end up? Because Candy Rain went.
How did I end up?
Yeah.
Candy Raining. And all of
Well, before that, but I was
Jase4Real and all that.
Yeah. Right before that, though, you were 14 when that popped off, right?
Right.
So what was it like before that? How did you even get into making music and stuff like that? What was that time period like?
I get that question a lot. I'll be surprised at that, but at the same time, I'm gonna answer because I like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer it this way.
Yeah.
Because I also you can anticipate learning about that whole story coming soon in a production. But
okay.
I mean, in a nutshell, what the hell's a weed? That weed was good.
You said what?
What was the question?
So the cookies.
How did I get so for real? Boom.
Yeah, how did you start making music? Like before the group?
That's a long story. Shout outs to my brothers. Put in the grind.
Because y'all
pulled me in.
Y'all was outside, like
put the cute little face to the thing. It got the attention that it needed to make waves. Niggas heard about us. We stumbled across Heavy D and Dre and this is a nutshell story.
Right.
Be quick about it. Stumbled across Hev and rest in peace Hev and Dre, rest in peace. And they gave us a shot. You know what I mean? And that's, of course, that's where you get the glimpse of learning who four men. Right. Being Jase4Real is.
So at 14 years old, how did you handle that?
Yeah, I was having a ball.
Did the people believe in you, like you classmates and stuff like that?
Oh hell no, no. Not. I mean, I left with what, middle school?
Mm-hmm.
So
like 8th grade.
Yeah, like 9th, 8th grade. Right? So yeah, they didn't know to support. But.
Right. So from the research I've done, y'all were out in like the streets and making music, and
so
then
I was young, so you could say my brothers were running the streets.
Okay. So, but y'all started showing up at like record labels and and talent shows, like singing and stuff like that.
Right.
Just really good, which is it's interesting because nowadays everyone's on the internet.
I appreciate your inquisitiveness.
Yes.
Yeah.
No problem.
It's definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just I'll try to make
it was part of the nutshell story, but that's it's definitely
don't give too much.
Yeah,
definitely part of the wave. But I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
Okay, so it's dope. It's dope. I'm not used to it. Most people be coming with different energies.
Okay.
So
I'm
you.
sorry because I'm talking in the interview.
No, you're good. Mostly I don't hear you too much. Okay, so you're at the record labels. You're performing. It's different than now, right? Nowadays, everyone's getting popping on social media and doing all this stuff. But like, what was that? And maybe you were young, so maybe you can't necessarily speak to it as much. But like, what was it like going through those times and having that motivation to be able to, really go outside and do the guerrilla marketing and network and really push yourself to these labels, you know what I'm saying? Because like nowadays it's like people want to hand it to them, you know what I'm saying? So it's like different. So and like did you see that maybe passion in your brothers where you're like, damn, like we really
Yeah,
doing this?
I
What was
think
that
every
like?
step of the way, because these are truly my brothers.
Yeah.
I've seen reflections of that, what you're talking about. However, you know, sometimes there's Mr. Furley. There's always Mr. Furley if you're familiar with that
Yeah.
TV show with Jack Tripper and the guy listening and is thinking of something else and is not you know, there's always a Mr. Furley type of situation
Yeah.
to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, and that's a cool question because that's touching on me going through a certain part of my life. I wasn't able to even have that outlook then yet. For me, you know what I'm saying? For me to answer that side of the question, but I couldn't answer it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Looking back
then
on
I
it.
wasn't involved in paying attention to what it took to break the record. But now
Right.
now we know what it is.
So maybe you didn't necessarily grasp like how hard it is to actually do that probably at the time because you were so
Exactly,
young.
because we were so young.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the debut album, Candy Rain, 1995, the single, or no, the project goes #1 on Billboard Hot R&B and Hip Hop Gold.
Yeah.
Peaked at #2 on the Hot 100 chart. What was it? It seemed like a pretty. I'm sure maybe it didn't feel quick, but it seems like y'all went from struggling, hustling on the streets, trying to make something happen to boom. Now you got the #1 record in the world. Like how. What was that time period like?
It was
how'd
a
it go?
fast situation, but I think like I think things are tailored how they were supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? So we was again. The oldest member of the group at the time was 19 at the time that you're talking about. So, and then you're talking about fogginess of, I'm grown now. I'm through all of the years of life.
Yeah.
It's foggy, but it was fast as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It seemed fast. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Live fast. What's the saying? The
Live
shit you get
fast,
fast
die
ain't really.
Live fast, die young.
No, it's not worth it if it
The
comes
overnight
fast.
success.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to grind for that shit.
Right.
That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But yeah, if that answers your question, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what was that like though? Like we're going through all that. Like did you get this?
It was work. It started to become work. You know what I'm saying? Humans are weird. We get used to.
Yeah.
We get used to shit. You know what I'm saying? When
Right.
you get used to it, it starts to become work, and then.
Right.
So.
So did you guys sign the deal right before, and then it was like, what kind of deal was it? What kind of deals? What were the deals like back then with record labels and stuff?
The deals that's still going on. I deal with them by deal. Yeah. We do good business. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we take that what we've been through, bad deals, and we learn from them. We do good business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's you can tell that's how it felt.
Right,
That's what it was like. I came out the other side with that, so I had to have been seen and know what's up.
Right. Was it almost like? I'm sure there's two ways to look at it. Where it's like, okay, yes, y'all gave us an opportunity.
Second and third album, or not the third album, but yeah, it was the third album. Those days. To me, you're talking about those days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so getting
that's kind of the timeline that you're on right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So every little thing I do reached #11 on the Hot R&B / hip hop songs,
mm-hmm.
#17 on the Hot 100 Gold. The third single, "If You Want It," reached number 53 on the R&B charts.
Yeah. You gotta throw all this money as God and these new records up there on the charts.
Yeah. What was it like seeing that? Like, what was it like seeing that at a young age? Were you like proud of yourself? Do you have a lot of family members that are proud of you and stuff like that? Proud of you,
I was
the group?
always kind of the type of to keep my composure about shit, even though I'll be like excited. I guess only because like I guess maybe I'm before my time or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
An old soul type. I don't know. It's just something about something about me. I didn't make a big deal out of it. It's just the work that we do.
Right.
You know, comes with the blessings and the talents that we have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of.
You're humble about it?
Yeah, but I don't even like that word though because
then people walk over.
Yeah, because I'm not dimming my light.
Right.
I'm gonna play ball. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
You know, if that answers your question.
No, yeah, you did. I get it. So how, as far as the Candy Rain record, how did that come together in the studio? What were the vibes like? Did y'all know it was a hit before it dropped?
I mean, for sure, those some of those nights were hard nights. You know, just working in the studio because late nights. You know, young kid, you're not used to being up that late. I guess life is different nowadays. My daughter, she be up all hours.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, you're supposed to be in school at that time, right? Like that's what most kids would be doing.
I was having fun until they started pushing, you know, with the work in the studio, and I had to stay up and do, you know. But it was ultimately really an experience, you know, blessed.
When you say they were pushing, was it kind of like, oh, do this again, do it over, like that type of vibe? Like,
yeah, that Cadillac Records bullshit.
What was like the worst, or maybe not worst, but just like a memory that stands out to you where you maybe felt like you were about to snap, like you're like, yo, I can't do this anymore.
Oh, because once you hear yourself hit that and you like it. But actually, I gotta pause on that because I can appreciate that because pushing, there's nothing wrong with pushing,
right?
You know what I mean? But when you hear it,
you know it's good,
and you heard it and you know it was good, and you to do that again. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's nah, but you know, I appreciate it in the long run.
Right. Was there any moments that stuck out to you though that you were like,
absolutely. There was this one song. What was that? I think it was number. It was a slow song. What's the name of that song? I can't remember my own song. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
So I remember being one of those scenarios where my voice was getting tired. I was tired. And it was like, do it again. And I was in there I was slick crying, you know what I'm saying, on one of the parts, but you can't really hear it because, you know what I'm saying, I was mad too.
Right. That's real. Real.
Yeah. It was like that.
Okay. Now, as far as the Candy Rain record, you said y'all didn't necessarily know it was going to be that big, and then when you seen it get that big, what was that like?
Me personally, I didn't. I wouldn't have thought they would have picked that to be the main lead single.
Yeah.
But that. I can say that it was a genius and like a no-brainer. The session was easy, fluid, and fun. It was one of those.
Natural.
It was fun.
Okay.
Terry did her thing.
And then also, I seen some footage of y'all performing at the Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
That was one of the things that kind of made us step up to ourselves, you know, and come more into ourselves. Pause.
That definitely the New York vibes. I feel it. All right.
Well,
What was
my bad?
No, you good. You good. It makes for a good interview. Okay, so as far as the Apollo goes, were y'all like nervous before the performance?
Hell yeah.
What was that
Hell
like?
yeah, cause,
Can you walk us through that a little bit?
yeah, just doing the Apollo was, that was definitely nerve-wracking. You know what I'm saying? Before getting on stage and being that young, knowing you could potentially get booed, and we damn sure did get booed.
Right.
Everybody gets booed. It's the Apollo. Mm-hmm.
Like y'all got booed like after, before, or
It was amateur night.
okay.
Yeah. But we did chase the Sandman back. I didn't. It was like Sandman chase, and then I was like, whoa, these coming at me.
Yeah.
Nah, we was kids though. That was fun. It was fun memories.
Hell yeah.
Made us strong.
And then Heavy D hopped on the remix.
Yeah.
Would you say? I mean, you could say that
Yeah,
brought it to new heights as well. But y'all already had a relationship with him, right? Before.
But up to that point.
Yeah.
By then, that was already the bro hand.
Right. How did and maybe this I should ask this earlier, but how did y'all end up meeting Heavy D? Was it at the label when y'all were performing and like just looking for opportunity?
That was through I think a talent show, something like that. I'm quite sure that was through like this talent show thing.
Yeah.
That we was doing, but yeah, you got to catch that in the
documentary.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit. You got something coming out, or you can't? This is like a movie, or?
Yes, I'm working on it. I can't even really talk about it until it's to a certain place. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
So how did was Uptown Records the first label y'all really linked in with?
It wasn't the first record label we visited, but I think that was the first. That was the first. The closest I think we got to being signed outside of town was with Latifah, Flavor Unit.
Okay.
Back before the whole was running in and out of places, singing it.
Right. And y'all got signed to Harrell. Excuse me if I pronounced the name wrong.
Well,
how was that?
Do have.
Okay.
Well, you see, Candy Rain is still here.
Right. Okay. The second album, For Life, was produced by Diddy. Did he produce the whole album, or just singles of the album? He
produced a lot on that album.
A lot on it. So he was literally like engineering in the studio type vibe.
I never. We didn't work that closely. So I don't think we were in the studio at the same time for any of those sessions.
So you never met Diddy?
I met him, but not like met him.
Like y'all weren't close. It was just.
Right.
That's crazy that he was producing all at that time.
Yeah, that was cool, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was cool too. Because
like you just hear him, with Biggie and everything. So the fact that he's producing was kind of crazy. But the album, it peaked number 29 for Life. It peaked number 29 on the Billboard R&B chart, number 119 on the Billboard 200. Never Felt This Way and Love You So were the hits from that project, reaching number 64 on the Hot R&B and Hip Hop in 97.
I remember that.
What was that time period like? Because obviously you had the Candy Rain and the other singles reaching number 1 and stuff like that, and then now you're still seeing success with the next project, but maybe not quite that number 1 status. So what was that whole time period like?
Tour. I was like touring time.
Y'all were just touring a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did were you guys feeling good about that project, or
which one?
The second one, For Life, second album, the one
so that was a growth when this whole shit's been a learning experience, but that was definitely a learning experience. Part of it, So yeah, we learned a lot in that second stage, second album period.
What'd you learn?
I mean, enough to send you down the road to knowing your business. So, basically.
Okay. So I know you didn't necessarily have any friendship with Diddy, but what are your thoughts on all that's going on now? Looking back
Well,
on
there's a lot of negative, already being thrown around. It's nothing good I could, say for real about it. I feel, damn, that's how I feel. Damn.
that's it, huh?
That's just crazy.
You were nominated, or not you, but the group was nominated for Favorite Soul R&B New Artist at the '96 American Music Awards. How was that?
I don't think we won, so
Didn't really.
yeah, I didn't. But
It wasn't cool being nominated though.
Yeah,
Like
it made me feel like,
y'all were doing
okay,
something.
yeah, man, okay.
Okay. Now after that, it looks like y'all moved to like an independent label, Chrome Dome Records, under Heavy D for your third album, Heat.
Oh, you did a lot of research. Okay. Yeah, that's part of that learning experience.
What was, but like, dive in on it a little bit. Like, what was that like going from?
I mean, just going from being owned to owning your own. Basically, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different story.
So, okay.
100%, nothing is nothing. You got to share things and have people. You
Right.
need the world. The world needs you.
So, on one end, would you say like you're learning, or you're grateful for the opportunity from the labels for helping you reach the number one spot and do all these great things, but on the other end, you're like, hey, we need some bread too. Like we need our back ends.
It gets there. I think we were blessed to have a different type of situation.
Yeah.
To me, it's all about what you do. What you got. So back then, I don't think we knew enough to do the right shit. We was on to it though.
How were artists? What would you say were like the major differences in like how artists were getting paid, or at least your group was getting paid versus now? As an independent artist, like was it?
What you say it again? Like, what's the difference between?
What's the difference? I'm gonna just go off of what I assume, and you tell me if I'm wrong. So, from what it sounds like, from the research, and from, it sounds like basically y'all didn't own any masters. The label owned it all. The lawyers, like everything went through the label. But then, like I said earlier, you were grateful for what happened, but at the same time, you're like, man, we need our bread. We need some percentages off these songs and distribution and stuff like that.
You could say that, and in a way, you can say that,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Something along those lines.
Absolutely.
What kind of advice would you give an upcoming artist who may be in a similar position that y'all was growing up?
Just keep going, because as you keep growing, you're gonna learn.
Right. Okay. So you looks like after that you had some distribution deals with Tommy Boy and Warlock Records, and then in 2003, the group the group formed label AMG.
Yeah, damn, keep going.
So that was like an independent label y'all kind of created as a group, or what was that?
Yeah, that was we did a single with Jadakiss actually under that.
Right.
It's pretty cool. We're gonna bring that back, shine it, buff it off, Jadakiss.
Right.
Shout outs to Jada.
All right, I'm gonna answer this real quick just because I feel like I kind of glossed over it. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but like with the, I know you said damn with the Diddy situation.
No, go ahead. Yeah, don't feel no kind of way.
Okay,
you got it.
Okay, I know you said
you got to get.
I know you said damn, like what you didn't know how to react to that.
Like damn, it's
did you get any type of vibes from him?
You don't wish, you just don't wish, certain nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so that's just where my damn comes from. But like, that's just, I don't even want to speak on it because that.
Right.
It's a whole ball of negativity, you know.
Right, right.
Cop this new single. We'll go stream.
But you didn't see like that type of energy from him at that time. I know you said you weren't really around him, but you know, him producing an album like that's, you know, I'm sure that was dope at the time, but now it's looking back, it's like you didn't see that. You were like, no, this.
But I mean, no, not at all. No way. Yeah, we everyone heard about Diddy parties. You know, everyone hears about everything. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's just hearsay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you ever go to a Diddy party or no?
No.
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 It's all hearsay. Okay. So going back, so in 2007, y'all dropped a fourth studio album, The Unknown, featuring Jadakiss.
Okay, so that was that's a mistake.
Or moving forward, I should say.
So that was kind of in conjunct into the same time, the AMG and Jadakiss joint. We did that same time. So,
okay.
And
so like early 2000s ish, mid 2000s.
It was a single. It wasn't. We didn't drop the.
What was kind of the vision project at that point after having a lot of success in the 90s, and then were you guys like trying to rebrand yourself because it felt like y'all were kind of the last big R&B group, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
because nowadays you don't really see big R&B groups like that. So do you feel like at that point what were y'all dealing with? What was like the transition like?
There's a lot of different focuses. Like I said, you know, in that certain time. So, really, it's just a focus thing. Honestly, like at that time, niggas was focused on different. It was we're known R&B group that just got as free agents. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's so you can imagine, you know,
that transition, just trying to figure everything out.
The weight and the things. Each members might have been trying to go in different directions. You know, it's not you don't have the machine, but now we are the machine. So
right,
it's the type of transition that we're talking about.
Was that tough?
It's not a thing that I've actually. Like I don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
As far as like bring that, it's too much digging for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much. You know, I'm way off into the future right now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's too foggy. I did smoke too much weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I can't remember certain.
Okay. In 2009, it looked like one of the members was dealing with some mortgage fraud.
Yeah, see,
how was the group?
That's the time. See, exactly. You know what the hell you talking about?
Yeah.
Hold on, you did the research. That's around the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's why it's all foggy.
It's all foggy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, nigga all been doing this thing though. Just.
How did the group continue through that? And I mean, it seems like he's doing good now.
We got back focused.
Yeah.
A little while later.
Right.
And we're brothers.
Right.
So.
Okay.
You know how that go.
Rest in peace, Heavy D. He ended up passing in 2011. How did you feel when you heard that news?
Terrible. Damn, I don't get to shake hands. Dap up with the son. So. Since then, I learned how to be friends with that. You know, as morbid as it may sound.
Yeah.
It's something we all got to do.
Right. Okay. And then 2012, fourth album, The Evolution Journey, came out. Sometime around there.
These are morphs of.
Or it started.
These are still album. Morphs of what we were gonna drop before when we didn't drop it.
Okay.
Name changed. You feel me?
Mm. Well, after that point, it kind of seemed like you started going harder with your solo career.
Yeah, by then it was 2010. 2000, by 2000, around 2011, 10, 11, yeah, I started, started tapping in.
What was that like? What was that transition like? What made you start taking your solo career more serious?
You got to be a machine. If you don't know every aspect of the business that you're in,
Yeah.
that was my time of mastery. Should I say?
Right. Right.
Takes a certain amount of time.
Okay.
You know,
I know you brought up the TV show, but you were also on TV One's Unsung. Is that what you were talking about, or is that something totally different?
know where
Then
what I was talking about with what.
you said that a documentary or some sort of movie's coming out. That
Mm,
wasn't. That's not the TV One's
mm-mm,
Unsung one, right?
mm-mm,
That's something else.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Okay. And
We
then
did
you're.
do that though. We did do that, and that's kind of why certain questions might surprise me, but it's flattering, and I like to. I don't get to see love from the other side of the mirror sometimes, but it's cool to see that. I
Right.
appreciate it.
No problem. And then
Love you guys too.
we love you too, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're talking to
Yeah,
the
I'm
audience
talking
or
to you.
okay.
You did the
Everyone.
research. I'm talking to them. I
Much
fuck with
love, much love.
y'all.
And then Wild 'N Out, you were on Wild 'N Out as well.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Very cool to be around that many dope people. Yeah, it's a room full of dope people. It's dope.
Did it feel like?
A lot of talent, a lot of funny people.
Did it?
It's hilarious.
And then you also got the key to the city of Wyandotte,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. We still gotta go unlock a few
Okay.
that shit.
What do you mean by that when you say
And just get back
unlockable?
up.
Okay,
I gotta pull back up and bless my folks. Cause
that's dope.
mm,
Who else is from Wyandotte? Or are y'all kind of the main factors?
say it with me. Say it. Wyan dance.
Wyandotte, my
Like an
bad.
Indian. Like the
I got
chief. Wyan dance.
I got that West.
Yeah,
West
you got the
Indian.
Wyan dance. That's how fancy. That's what I'm
Wine
saying.
dance, you said.
Yeah, Wyan dance.
Okay.
But yeah, Wyan
Who
dance.
else is from there besides y'all?
Man,
Like any
a lot
other
of known
celebrities?
people. The Kings from Wyan Dance, man. Rakim.
Okay.
Fucking
So there's some deep history.
his
Craig Mack.
Big Daddy came from Wyan.
Like he was Brooklyn, Craig Mack.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that come out of Wyan Dance though. Yeah.
Okay. How did it feel?
EPMD, that where they came from.
Brooklyn.
But, yeah, Long Island. But see, Long Island is just lit.
Yeah. How did it feel to get those flowers? You know, obviously y'all started out great, had a great career, went through some tough times, and then now look at y'all getting all these flowers. You know, how did that feel?
It feels great. Feels great. It's all about the work, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You always have work to do, no matter where you're at in life.
Right.
It's about the work.
Okay. How do you feel about R&B today compared to back then? Because kind of to touch on that point we were talking about earlier, how there's not really, you know, major R&B groups nowadays and stuff like that. Do you still have faith in the
There's some folks holding it
scene?
down, man. Chris Brown,
Right.
some new folks, SZA, the old school folks, Sadiq, and it's a lot actually. St. John Fire. But yeah, I like it. Certain, I don't like everything, but can't please everybody.
Right. Now, when you bring up Chris Brown, he's actually shouted y'all out a lot and named y'all's influences and stuff.
He's
What's
one
that
of my
like?
favorite as well, though.
What's that like when one of the biggest stars in the world named y'all as influences on his music?
It's Dope.
Yeah. He's
It's
one of your
dope.
favorites too, like right away when
That's
he
a
came
fact.
out?
And not just because he, but he seems like he's a real dude though.
Have you met Chris, or
Nah,
have y'all talked about working together or anything?
nah, that'll be cool though. I'm open.
Why haven't you? That's a good point. Y'all should tap in and
Yeah,
do some music
I'm gonna
together.
talk. I'm gonna find Chris. I'm gonna holler at you.
Hell yeah. Okay. It seems like you have a relationship with 50 Cent, yeah? Or no?
Man,
Somewhat?
that's one of the illest personalities.
Right.
I think we all know for a little bit of 50 the way he lives his life. You know what
Right,
I'm
yeah.
saying? But
Yeah. I think I know him and I don't. I've never met him in my
had the
life.
pleasure of meeting him and hanging out with him
Mm-hmm.
for a little bit for the day. Yeah. He's dope. He's dope.
Was it at the Humor and Harmony Festival, or was that something
Yeah, I had
else?
fun too. Yeah.
How was that?
They thought we was gonna lose. We won. The
Yeah.
youngin.
Is he the same in person, like as he is on the internet, and
Yeah,
just with his personality and everything?
Yeah, if he don't like you, you're gonna know.
Could you see some collaboration with 50 Cent, regardless of whatever it is? Because he's versatile. He's all over the place with
There's
music.
some things I need to talk to him about right now, actually.
Right. Okay. Just out of your curiosity, what are like the biggest projects in New York?
What's the
biggest
projects out of New York?
Yeah.
To me, like right now.
Yeah, I mean, just
like
the most historical,
you said the projects, like place where the people live at.
Mm-hmm.
Queensbridge.
Queensbridge.
Hands down. That's the biggest project in the whole country.
I was about to say that for sure, but that threw me off. That threw me like, well, I was like,
yeah, that was random. Yeah.
I was like,
I was just thinking about because when I was out there, well, because I know 50 Cent's from Jamaica, Queens, right?
That's where it went.
Southside.
Yeah,
Nas
was from Queensbridge too, right?
Yeah, Nas, Mobb Deep.
Okay.
The biggest projects would definitely be Brooklyn got they all got projects, but I think Queens got that one.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to talk about the Breakfast Club interview a little bit too. About 5 years ago, the whole group went on there, and it seemed like y'all started talking about Heavy D, rest in peace, and it seemed like the way DJ Envy kind of worded his question kind of almost set
that's why I was a little bit standoffish, because I'm like,
with talking during the interview.
Yeah, we could have, but I went back and watched it too. It's not that bad. But we're better than that. We're older than that. We're more positive than that. So that's where my mind was at the time. You know what I'm saying? And shit. But yeah, he definitely posed the question in a way where my brother kind of took the bait.
It was quick.
And I had to kind of, correct.
Unravel it a little bit.
Correct what he meant by it, because, that was a heavy ass question. Like, if I.
Right. Well, I mean, I'll just, from my perspective, when I watched it, it was just like, it was so quick. It was just like, y'all talking about karma, and he brings in, it's almost like he and I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
He get it a little.
He
get that shit.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing what Envy did, because, I mean, when I'm doing business, sometimes I'll try to get people to say, yeah. I'll say, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's just a strategy.
Load the shit. Yeah.
So he kind of was like, talking quick, like, yeah. And then he kind of like made y'all answer quick, or not necessarily you, but one of your partners. And then Charlemagne almost kind of teaming up in a way. I don't think it was on purpose.
Once he said it was,
yeah, he was like, he kind of made it seem like, he's like, man, what?
I mean, what?
Yeah. And then, I
don't even want to get back into that, but because why would you even, whatever. It's just like,
It's just whatever at this point. Okay. So after, when did you move to Georgia?
Shit, I've been out here in Atlanta since 2005.
What made you move to Georgia? Just want to get away from New York, or? Did you live in New York before, like your whole time before that? Or?
Yeah, I think it was like a transition happening. He was just moving. Yeah, I think it was yeah, might have been lifing. I think I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to remember what the hell that was, but we was working a lot out here anyway, so I should stay. King Pop.
Okay.
Bada bing, bada boom. Made sense.
What projects are you working on now? What kind of music you got going on now?
Oh, you want to know what kind of music I got?
Yes, sir.
Shit, I got music the way I am, man. How you see me is how my shout out to the cuz. How you see me is how my music is. Y'all know what that? You don't know what that's from?
Maybe if you brought it up.
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys?
Yeah,
Oh,
Lost
okay.
Boys. Yeah, I got some music with him too. Actually, shout out to Cheeks, my old
with
brother.
Cheeks on the way.
But when he ready. But
you know Bobby Garcia?
Yeah, Bobby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I met Bobby. I didn't meet the other Lost Boys.
Yeah, Bobby cool. But I got Money is God. I got what's up? I got a few records in right now. Just type in Jase4Real, Oliver, Google, Jase4Real. You should find it. It's right there.
How do you feel like your music's evolved since your early days with Soul4Real?
That's a good question. Music is always evolving, so that's why I can't stop doing that, because it just keeps changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think what's your opinion about gatekeeping or in an industry, or do you think it's possible to be blackballed or anything like that?
Of course. Yeah, people are influencers. So when you're influenced, possible. Well,
yeah.
The whole thing about that is, does that little black ball stop you from living your life?
Right.
Fuck out of here.
What do you think is like the main themes of your music?
Themes?
Yeah.
I went through a little dark stage. You might hear a little darkness in there. In one of those projects. But for the most part, I speak life into my life.
Yeah.
I try to speak life into my life. Balance.
Like positive.
Balance, and love will get you punched in the mouth too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
Who are some of your biggest musical influences growing up, and how have they shaped your sound?
Man, so many musical influences. From young to old. Rest in peace. What's the name of that dude just died? Bobby Womack. Remember that?
Bobby Womack was dope.
Did he? Oh. Did I just do that? So don't make me have just killed Bobby Womack.
Holy God.
Hold up. But is that who the
I'm not sure, honestly.
It's the white guy, man. I forget his name. But he was the but just to give you a perspective of what level of old.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about range.
Right.
Stevie, Mike, of course. Not Bobby.
Bobby
right?
Womack?
Not Bobby, right?
Bobby's dead. He died in 2014.
Yeah.
That's who you're talking about?
Yeah, I thought that was. But then Mandela.
You said Mandela?
Mandela effect. Let's not get into that.
How do you feel about like the new age? Just it's like artists can't just be artists anymore. They got to be influencers, and they got to do all this extra stuff. Like
you gotta have a podcast,
right?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like all the big artists turned into podcasters and stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's just where our attention span is. We have a little cloud everyone pulls from above, whether you're thinking you're thinking, or whatever shit that creative zone, or we all pull from the same. And it just, I guess it's different now. It calls for that. what you was talking about.
Yeah.
Mm.
When being that you're as decorated as you are with your career, what moment, if you could pick one moment that stands out to you the most, what would that be?
Mm. That moment didn't come yet.
Still hasn't come.
Pause.
Intro.
But don't pause. If you can understand what I'm saying. Yeah, that moment hasn't come yet. When it does, I will definitely, I'm going to call your phone.
Bet that. That's a bet. Can you share any challenges that, outside of like the ones we've talked about, with labels and social media and stuff, like, yeah, what other challenges have you faced in the music industry and how have you overcame them?
Just grinding. From this life grind is a grind. It's crazy. And I miss your kids sometimes.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the little ones. Sometimes they miss you. You gotta be out there and bless those that are able to keep their kids with them on this shit. But yeah, that's one of the challenges for me. At this
balancing like being a father.
Point in my travel, in my road.
How many kids you have?
But I got 5. Well, I got a lot of kids actually around the world. I'm just playing. We got grown kids sometimes.
Yeah.
Take care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kids from another one. Nah, let me stop playing. But yeah, I got 5. Yeah.
That's dope. Okay. So just dealing with like the balance of being a father and like the music industry and stuff like that. What's one piece of advice you'd give to an aspiring R&B artist? If there's only one piece, like, you could give. Pause. If that works. What would that be?
Advice to an up-and-coming R&B artist?
Yeah.
I really don't have nothing really to say other than like keep going like through what makes you want to stop, like what I mean?
Right.
Simple persistence.
Okay.
I don't like to force it and look for words because I'm not.
You don't want to be like the extra motivational
dude. But like, if I had to, be their dad real quick, I'd definitely tell them, know what the hell you get doing, own your.
Right. Okay. How do you intricately weave personal experiences and emotions into your songwriting, and what do you hope listeners feel when they hear your music?
Like, oh, he said that. I ain't even think. You know how, putting emotions or certain things, experiences to words sometimes make you not feel so alone. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Whatever just makes you happy. Feel good.
Something people can connect to.
Yeah. It's really feeling good. While I'm making my music.
Okay. Yeah. In a rapidly evolving music landscape, how do you passionately maintain your authentic sound while embracing modern influences?
Having conversations like this with you, and then letting them know where to go find some dope ass.
Yeah. Is there any like intimate moments or stories that you hold a profound significance for you? That doesn't necessarily have to be your biggest records, but just stuff that.
You said intimate moments. Say what like.
Like, is there any moments that any specific songs you hold close to you, like, or any maybe even your own favorite songs that you came out with?
Yeah, they all be my favorite. Like the first week.
Then you get tired of it, or
nah? It's just some of them stay. It's the beauty about music, though. But I just like my shit, to be sexy.
Yeah.
Keep it sexy.
When you're dealing with like creative blocks, what strategies do you use to reignite like inspiration and passion?
I just listen to everything. Just listen to some random, not random, but like I'll pick the vibe and be inspired.
Yeah.
Type.
Are you spiritual or religious or anything like that?
Spiritual, yes. Religious, no.
What are your
religiously, I will roll a blunt.
Do you believe in like God, or what are your opinions
Absolutely.
on that? Creator of the universe?
The one true,
But not like your typical Christianity or Muslim or anything like that.
Things are changing. Life is not all about being like me personally. I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
Like that. You know what I'm saying? But just certain things about being an adult, not to try to kind of sway because it might hurt the baby. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to hurt the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let them grow in their time, and if they find paths that let you know that you cool over here and over there, we're talking about different religions and ways of life and walks of people. So, I don't know.
Just don't judge anyone.
Deep. That's just deep because that's like
okay.
Feel the
right
there.
Love Mother Earth. What legacy do you aspire to leave in the music industry, and what impact do you hope your work will have on future generation of artists?
I just want my minds to be alright and be good. That's all.
Okay.
It can morph into something else. We all have different talents, but it's mine.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Do you have any final thoughts? Any things you want to get off your chest? Anything like that?
Absolutely. Nah, I'm sorry. Go get my man. Go tap in with Jase4Real everywhere. Got a lot of music, piles and piles of music. You can explore, go crazy, have fun. Thank you very much for having me.
Make sure y'all hit that like button. Comment down below your favorite song from Jase4Real and your favorite moment of the interview. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button to stay notified when all latest news drops. Shout out Where's Dank Studio. For anyone's in the Denver metro area and you need quality studio time, make sure y'all tap in with Dank Studios, the hottest studios in Denver. Go follow Jase4Real. Go follow Soul4Real. All links will be in the description. Go follow Mohammed on everything. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that. Mohammed, #1 blog in the universe. We out. Appreciate you.